The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, about 18 minutes away from 7:20. That'll be your chance at 21 Pilots tickets coming up.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
What a night at Wrigley. I mean, what a crappy night weather-wise. I can't believe the people that stuck through that, man. Amazing.
I'm amazed they were able to play the game.
I thought that it got delayed, I think, for a minute earlier on, first pitch, I believe.
It was a later start. They did that to me last year when I saw the Dodgers when they were in town, and it was one of those where it looked like it was going to rain, and then it never rained, but they still delayed the start of the game.
Yeah.
And then I spilled my drink on myself, and I was annoyed, and it was just a whole thing.
That's a microcosm in the Case's life right there.
I was just walking around Wrigley with wet pants waiting for this game to begin.
Yeah,
I was a little annoyed.
It should have been dry because they waited.
Yeah,
they waited the delay there. Well, the White Sox game did get postponed, but boy, what a game on the north side. The Cubs were up 8-2 in the seventh. I don't want to get too far ahead because Seiya Suzuki, his second home run, here we go, of the year. Oh.
That one drilled in the air, left field on its way and gone. Seiya Suzuki homered last night. He's gone yard here again tonight, and it is 5-0.
What a special player.
He's awesome.
He is so
really
fun.
Into him.
And that home run was just like the night before. It was a line drive just over the basket. I mean, it's wild. If I was a Jersey guy, I would buy a Seiya Suzuki jersey.
Here's what Brian has been debating since Monday when we were at Almost Home Tavern and Grill for the opening day Cubs broadcast is I think you secretly want to become a jersey guy. You want to be a grown man that wears the jersey of another player.
Absolutely.
And I think you're looking for somebody to say that it's okay.
And I don't think it's okay for me to wear a jersey.
I don't think it is either.
Listen, you buy jerseys, you wear them, they're awesome. They look great on other people. Mm-hmm. On me, a jersey looks like I'm trying to be a player or something. I look in the mirror.
Not a player, but a player.
Correct.
In the game.
I get disgusted with myself when I see myself in a jersey, and this is a therapy problem I probably need to go through.
Yeah.
I added to the list of the therapy things. I want to be a jersey guy. I wore my Sludge 2004 Cubs jersey at the broadcast because I felt it was necessary. I just didn't like the way I looked in it. I don't like it. And I see everybody else looks great in jerseys. Why can't I look good in a jersey?
Maybe for Lollapalooza this year, you pivot to becoming a guy in a throwback NBA jersey.
I do want it to be the summer of tank tops and Oakleys.
Yes.
A basketball.
A thing not often heard in 2024.
Nope. I want it to be Oakleys. I want it to be tank tops and a basketball jersey. Old Jordan jersey would kind of be like a tank top in a way.
Yeah.
I got to start doing some curls if I'm going to do that. Anyway, back to the Cubs. They held on the win 9-8. Seiya was 3 for 5 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And how about Luke Little? How about this? Again, a great stat from a guy I started following on Twitter. This guy's great, Christopher Kamka. If Luke Little started, which he did, by the way, last night, he's the first Cubs pitcher to finish one game, which he did the night before, and start the next day's game since Warren Hacker on May 2nd, 1955.
And tell me all about Warren Hacker, Brian.
I can't remember.
Oh, that's too bad.
Kind of wasn't around for that era. And it's also, it says Hacker finished a suspended game that day and then tossed a regularly scheduled game at Connie Mack Stadium in Philly in 1955. How about that?
That's not bad.
That's all from my guy there. I can't take credit. I give credit. We're honest here. I give credit for stats, and this guy named Christopher Kamka comes up with all these stats.
Good.
I hope he's not making them up.
That'd be so funny.
I haven't vetted him, but I mean, he looks like a good guy. I don't know.
Should we start a fake stats Twitter account and just try to ruin people's lives?
That'd be amazing.
That's a good use of our time.
Yeah. Kerry Wood threw 78 strikeouts that day at Wrigley Field. Wow, listen, there was no Blackhawks game last night, but the Devils Rangers, they saw a line brawl. All 10 skaters fight on the opening faceoff. Old time hockey. Eddie Shore, Dick Clapper.
Wait, what was his name?
This is people listening right now are going like, why is Case doesn't understand that? It's a line from the movie Slapshot, which you will see at some point in your life, the Hanson brothers.
Oh, I know nothing about Slapshot.
Again, back to Case. Tomorrow he's going to review The Matrix. Case, the producer, if you just joined the show or just happened to just come in here, he has not seen pretty much all the big movies that have ever come out except for Boys in the Hood and Norbit. That's it.
Which Norbit wasn't a big movie. It's a big character,
it's
but
pretty,
not a big movie.
That's what he's seen. Now he has, in the last 4 weeks, seen Shawshank Redemption, Roadhouse, Back to the Future, and Braveheart. Mm-hmm. And given reviews to different one of them, so you can find on the podcast at Q101.com and anywhere you get your podcast. But tomorrow, at 8:50, he's going to do The Matrix.
Tomorrow, 8:50, Matrix. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm looking forward to it. 25 years of The Matrix. That's why we're doing this.
I've never seen a Keanu Reeves movie at all.
No, I know him as the bassist of Dog Star, not as a movie star.
Jeez. Anyway, that line brawl was unbelievable. We'll get a video up of it. The best part about line brawls is trying to fit all those guys in the penalty box. And they just kind of get over each other, and they're just kind of, hey, move, man. Hey, come on.
Yeah, they do treat the penalty box at that point like it's the jail in Andy Griffith. Where it's just like, I think we get it. Some of these guys can go to the bench.
What a reference.
Thank you. See, I haven't seen old movies, but I know old TV.
How do you know Andy Griffith, but you haven't seen The Matrix?
Because my dad based his parenting style on Andy Griffith.
And you turned out like you did?
Yeah.
It should have been way better.
I know, I agree.
So the NCAA Women's Final Four, women's basketball in college continues to basically upset the men's in a way as the most watched game over even Stanley Cups, over World Series, over NBA Finals. And the Final Four for the women's, the tickets are double the price of men's if you're going to the game. They're in Cleveland, by the way. The men are in Phoenix.
Oh, man, the women lost that one.
They
That
lost.
sucks.
It sucks. Let's just put them in Cleveland. Well, the tickets are literally going for double, $2,300, where the men are going for about $1,000. But they have to put an excuse there to make it, though the women couldn't be more wanted to see than the men. They said it's supply, because ticket supply for the men's games being greater because the seating capacity is 3 times larger at that venue. BS. It's Caitlin Clark. Everybody wants to see her. I want to see her live. It sucks I can't get there to Cleveland this weekend for the matchup. I mean, Cleveland's about a 6-hour drive.
You could do that.
I could do it, but I don't have $2,300 laying around.
That's the problem.
Got daycare to pay for.
That's right. That's like the women's Final Four. It's like seeing a band at the Metro with the men's Final Four being like a show at Soldier Field.
Pretty much.
An intimate venue. That's the draw. That's the sell.
Yeah, that's it. And I can't go there. And I have no juice in Cleveland either. I have some juice here. What am I going to go to Cleveland and try to say, hey, man, you got any tickets for this game? You know who I am, right?
They would go, no. Who are you?
That's
Get
right.
out of my face.
Cleveland, listen, I was born in Ohio and grew up in that area, so I can say this. There's a lot of a-holes in Cleveland.
Really?
They're disgruntled. They're curmudgeon-y.
Well, they have nothing to be happy about. I don't blame them.
I listen, it's a fine state, and there's some great things there in Cleveland, Ohio.
What's great?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there.
Okay.
You don't care about that?
Well, that's fine. I just give me a second thing.
They are great grilled cheese sandwiches in
Sold.
Cleveland.
I'm there. Let's go this weekend.
That's right. Not dissing Cleveland that much. I'm just saying, I kind of like some juice there to get some tickets. Maybe I'd go. Finally, Tiger Woods abstaining from sex to get ready for the Masters. This is a report that's come out saying he's focused. He's 48 years old now. After a car accident almost killed him. He's working hard in the gym. He's eating right. He's even eliminated sex. Now, I made a joke earlier about a Perkins waitress. Case wasn't sure in that whole debacle with his beautiful wife when he cheated that one of them was a Perkins waitress that he cheated against. I mean, his wife was beautiful. And he did, in fact, cheat on her. One of the cheaters was a Perkins waitress that the restaurant was near his home in Islesworth, Florida. An $8 per hour waitress. They didn't have to put her on blast for that in the story. It's kind of mean. But her name was Mindy. And yes, that was one of the women allegedly that he hooked up with during that time.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's like, boxers do that. Before a big fight, they will abstain from sex because it raises their testosterone levels, whereas women MMA fighters are actually encouraged to have sex before a fight because it raises their testosterone levels or something like that.
Well, there's a fact of the day.
I know, right?
Take that one home and smoke it, I guess, yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So, yeah, 6 minutes away. We will do the song scramble for 21 Pilots tickets. 3 songs messed up. Got to give it back in order, the 21 Pilots songs, and you get the tickets. It's the first of many today for 21 Pilots. So 7:20 will be here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We continue because he was such a loved character. We pour one out for Joe Flaherty, comedian, actor who passed away at the age of 82 a couple days ago. And you remember him from Freaks and Geeks and some other, bit roles he's done, but really from Happy Gilmore, so memorable. As Adam Sandler's now announced he's going to do another Happy Gilmore movie.
Really? I haven't seen the first one. I didn't know there was a possibility of a sequel.
And he's going to honor, there's 3 now that have passed away. Joe Flaherty, who I'll say who he was in the movie. Carl Weathers, who, of course, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. He was Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies. And Bob Barker, of course. Bob Barker's in this scene that Joe Flaherty's in. He is that Happy Gilmore, you jackass. There we go.
Hey, Gilmore, you suck, you jackass. Why don't you shut the hell up? I'd love to punch that guy in the face right now, but I can't, because I'd get in trouble. I bet you got a lot of that on Let's Make a Deal.
It's The Price is Right, Happy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It happens. Let's play some golf.
Okay.
Jackass.
Whoa! The club went further than the ball.
Oh, such a great scene. Oh.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Song Scramble for 21 Pilots tickets. Can you figure out these 3 21 Pilots songs scrambled up? I need them in order and the song. Okay, Nick checking in from Darien. How you doing? Give them to me.
Ahoy, guys. Good morning. Okay, this is kind of a guess, but I'm thinking overcompensate, Nico and the Niners, and then Pet Cheetah.
I'm so sorry, Nick. I really wanted you to win.
Darn. Okay.
I know. But stay here. We're going to have more tickets coming up at 8 o'clock. I'll explain in a second. Let's go to Chris. And first, one more time, what's in these songs? Okay, Chris. In order, what are those 21 Pilots songs? Go for it.
It's Overcompensate, Lane Boy, and Car Radio.
Let's see if you're right.
Don't hesitate, maybe overcompensate. I say stay in your lane, boy. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Congratulations, my dude! You are going the
go.
21 Pilots. Let's go!
Let's go.
United Center on Wednesday, October 2nd. You will be there from our great friends at Live Nation and, of course, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Can I ask you, Chris, how many times have you seen 21 Pilots?
This would be the first one.
This is the first one. So we started this on Tuesday with the person seeing them 75 times, and the tickets day one will be their 101st, the Q101 21 Pilot show. And it's,
I heard him.
And you're obviously a huge fan. This is your first time. I love the dynamic. I love it.
Oh, yeah, I'm super excited. I've always wanted to go see him in YouTube video concerts, and it looks like a blast.
It's unreal. They are the greatest performers live of our generation. Congrats, you're going.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, 25 minutes away, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. 21 Pilots tickets. If you just called trying to get them in a song scramble, this will be so easy. You just text in a word to win them. There's no big scrambling thing. You don't have to work your brain. You can keep drinking your Monster Energy drink there and your Pop-Tart. It'll be okay. I'm not trying to judge. That's a good breakfast to me.
It seemed judgmental.
Did it?
It did.
Oh, I'd love a Pop-Tart and a Monster right now.
I can do that for you. We have a vending machine.
We can't do that because we have breaking news.
We have breaking news.
I'm a journalist, and we got to get this out there. Indiana has declared a state of emergency. For you people in Indiana, I care about you deeply. And what's going on is the eclipse. This is caused by the eclipse. Eclipses over the history of the world have caused strife, fear, and end of civilizations.
Famine, even.
Famine.
Wow.
People are hungry out there for Pop-Tarts and Monsters.
And the eclipse might affect that?
That's right. So it's 4 days, 4 hours, 34 minutes away at this point. But Indiana cannot figure out how to handle the hundreds of thousands of people that are on their way there to watch the total eclipse. Now, we're going to get a partial eclipse here in Chicago if it's not cloudy, which is supposed to be on Monday, which will suck because I'm a space nerd and I want to see all this. I'll go to Shed Aquarium and I'll break in there and say, give me that telescope. I need to see this thing.
Why are you breaking in?
I guess they'll be open. It'll be fine.
Also, why do you need a telescope? Isn't the whole draw that you can see it in the sky?
If you see it through a telescope, it's even cooler. Now, you got to have a special lens to protect your eyes on it, but you really see. Those pictures you see with the big black hole and that looks like a diamond ring, you can't see that really in the sky yourself. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't know what I mean.
No, not really. All I can think of now is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden written about an eclipse?
I think there's a lot of naked women in that video.
That seems unrelated.
I don't know. But Indiana's governor has declared a state of emergency. Your guy, Eric Holcomb.
I want to be clear, not my guy.
Well, you were born in Indiana. You're raised in Indiana.
It is my state. I don't know if he's my guy.
The last time Indiana saw a total solar eclipse was 1869, and the next one's not till 2099.
Uh-huh.
So that's why there's this fervor of people coming in there. I mean, they're actually predicting several people will die in car accidents because of the amount of people going into Indiana.
Oh, my God. Wait, why? Just because there's not going to be enough space on the road?
Well, there's just people looking up while they're driving. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, people are partying. Just when you put 200,000 more people on your highways, there's going to be a problem. So that's where it's kind of going. The path starts out for us in Illinois, if you're going downstate, like Carbondale, just in that region there. What are you laughing at?
Our text line is, I love our listeners so much. You said you were going to go to the Shed Aquarium for the telescope.
Oh, I meant Adler Planetarium.
All of our texts now are just calling you an idiot.
It's right next door. And I'm just predicting that I won't be able to get down that little path right by Northerly Island to get over to Adler Planetarium.
It's probably easier to get into the aquarium now that you think about it.
Do you think the aquarium's going to be empty and the dolphins are going like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, they're going to be pissed.
The turtles are going like, hey, here's where people pet me.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's really funny.
Oh, God. See how it's got me all I'm upset over here.
Well, you're frazzled. This could lead to the end of your life. That's the kind of stakes that we have during this eclipse.
Well, I was fortunate because I was exiled from Chicago radio for a few years, and I went to Philadelphia where I met my wife. Mm-hmm. And in 2017, I saw the total eclipse in Philadelphia. So this is the second one I could see, but I can't get away. It's Monday. I got to catch up on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's my curb day as well. But there's Sunday at 9.
But Case knows this is going through his hometown of Fishers, Indianapolis, and they are filling up the racetrack with people?
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is selling tickets for people to watch inside the speedway, and you might be thinking like I did when I heard that, oh, that's a stupid idea. Who would want to do that? Turns out everybody does.
Yeah, I would. Also, we just mentioned Cleveland a little bit ago. They're going to get it, too. Cleveland's getting the total eclipse. We're not, again.
We talked about this morning because we were aware of the state of emergency. We got tipped off because we are journalists here. This might be the single biggest tourist attraction to ever hit the state of Indiana. When you think about the great state of Indiana, this is their apex mountain. This is the best thing that has ever happened to this state. Better than Steve Alford, better than Reggie Miller, better than the fact that we almost had an MLB team come in the 80s, but Marge Schott of the Cincinnati Reds shot it down.
You're making all sports references.
Well, we don't have much else, Brian. We just have corn and sports.
How about every possible chain restaurant in Valpo?
The Murderer's Row.
It's unbelievable.
Of chain restaurants.
You get off the highway there, right off, and you get everything you could want. It's like Fantasyland.
The Jackson 5 did not compare to the fervor, and they're from Gary, Indiana, did not compare to the fervor of this eclipse. This is the peak of Indiana.
Well, I'm trying to think of other Indiana events.
That's the thing. There's not a lot.
I'm just trying to...
We had a Super Bowl 10 years ago. The Giants won. Nobody cared.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're from Indiana like me, what's the best moment in state's history? There's not one. The eclipse is going to be the peak of Indiana.
Well, check in at 312-591-8300. Maybe you have something that we're not thinking of. Like I was just thinking of Shed Aquarium over Adler Planetarium.
Yeah. And then you thought about the chain restaurants that are in Indiana as the best thing that state has ever offered.
We're looking for someone that's going to chase the eclipse. I know people... I want you guys, the crew members. I know people that are taking off work to go chase it, but I want one of our people, the crew members. Mm-hmm. If you are going to chase the total eclipse, you can be our reporter on site Monday morning.
That's right.
Now, it's not happening Monday morning, but I want to know what's going on in where you're trying to see it. It won't happen until about 12:50 our time. So it will last like about 2 hours. Basically, it'll be a partial eclipse in Chicago. But I want someone to volunteer right now, and maybe we'll take care of you somehow. I don't know. I think I got $30 in my wallet right now.
I definitely got a Q101 t-shirt with your name on it.
How about that? And you could represent us in the path of the total eclipse. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. 312-591-8300. Check in. We want you. We need you. There's also a Hoffman Estates teacher that's going to do something ridiculous during the total eclipse. And we'll tell you what they're going to do when we come back here in 10 minutes. But we need you. I want you. I like the Uncle Sam picture. To go to Shed Aquarium with me with no one else.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, we're about 12 minutes away from 8 a.m. That is your next chance and actually launches Ticket Blitz Thursday, the easiest way to get free 21 Pilots tickets from us. All you do is text in a word. 8 o'clock, we'll give you the word. So shortly, right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, we've talked about Indiana having to declare a state of emergency because the eclipse coming on because hundreds of thousands of people are flocking to Indiana in the path of the total eclipse. We're going to get a partial eclipse here in Chicago, but it's supposed to be cloudy Monday too, which makes you go to the Shed Aquarium and look at dolphins, apparently. That's what I'll be.
You want the telescope in the aquarium.
That's right. I want it in the pool so I can be in my shorts, just looking up and checking it out.
Maybe your board shorts, your Vulcan board shorts?
Yeah. Or my sprawl Muay Thai shorts. But Case grew up in Indiana, and he was trying to say this is the greatest event ever in Indiana. And a lot of people, of course, checked in about the Indy 500.
Which I get, and specifically the 100th Indy 500 was a massive deal. I get that. But I think this eclipse is bringing more people to the state than any single event in history.
Now, we're looking for someone to be our eclipse spotter that's going through Indiana to see the total eclipse or downstate in Carbondale. But first, before we get there, Kelly checked in and said, from 219, said, Case grew up in the wrong part of Indiana. I'm from Northwest Indiana. I grew up not by one, but by two nudist colonies.
One is something, two is impressive. That's a lot of nudity.
She said that's great entertainment. As I grew up, the campground near us brought in pagans, witches, and warlocks every summer.
Warlocks?
I guess they're nude. Oh, warlock's a man-witch.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, I did not know that.
And I didn't mean the sandwich, the manwich. I didn't mean that. Now I'm just hungry for a sloppy Joe.
Do you know how good manwich sounds right now?
Oh, a sloppy Joe would be so good.
God.
Now, I know that she's talking, there used to be this Nudes a Poppin'. That was a nudist colony festival thing. I think it's the Ponderosa Sun Ranch, I think it was called. Ponderosa, something
was it
like
brought to you by Ponderosa?
No, sadly.
They should have been a title sponsor.
I know. I know that was one of them. I don't know the other one in Indiana, but I don't frequent Googling nudist colonies, so I'm not going to go that route.
Right.
Megan looks at my history.
Exactly.
Also, another 219er checked in about Indiana, trying to see if this is not the biggest thing ever. 219 says, look, Indiana is a godly state. Not only can you travel and smell the great aroma of pig and cattle farms, you can also hit the truck stops, Iron Skillet, and then on your way out to hit the porn shop over at the Lion's Den. We have a lot of excitement, cheap taxes, and we get to play with cool stuff. That's fair. Every time I go visit my mom in Nashville, we drive that way. There's about 3 Lion's Dens we pass.
Yep.
And Megan won't let me stop and look around.
I want to stop just to know what it's like.
There's so many of them, too.
I know they must be doing business.
They certainly are recession-proof.
You ever drive by a Lion's Den on, like, December 26th, the day after Christmas, and you just think, who's there right now? What's going on? What's their story? How'd they end up at a Lion's Den the day after Jesus' birthday?
And that's when I wanted to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was going down there for Christmas to see my mom.
All right, we got to send me out to a Lion's Den. That's our next remote event.
Okay, we'll do that. Might as well see the eclipse while you're there.
Well, yeah, I'm more focused on the Lion's Den.
It actually, where those Lion's Dens, Northwest Indiana is not getting the total eclipse. Only it's going up diagonally north-south from Carbondale, Indianapolis, Cleveland. That's kind of going to get the total. Well, people are checking in about wanting to be our spotters for it. Rick in Bartlett, you are driving to see the total eclipse. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Ahoy. How's it going?
And how can you do that? Are you just taking off work, or are you just going to say you're working?
I'm off work until Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Oh, that must be nice.
So, did you take off for the eclipse?
Down with the family and the kids. Yeah.
Okay, wow. So vacation.
We're stopping through St. Louis, actually Champaign, then St. Louis, and then we're driving down from there, staying with family.
So you're going to follow it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Rick, I have a question because this seems like a lot of hassle, a lot of driving. You're getting the family in the car. The eclipse itself does not last that long. Is all of it worth it just to look up in the sky for a few seconds?
It's worth it. It's amazing. We went in 2017, and it was just, we saw the whole thing in Carbondale, Illinois, at my buddy's house down there.
Okay.
Just south of the main stadium. They had a cloud over the stadium, but over my buddy's house, it was a full 2 minutes, 20 seconds, the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was going crazy in the background.
I love it, too. I saw the 2017 one out on the East Coast, and it is a religious, spiritual experience, whether you're religious or not. It really does. It hits you. It's amazing. It makes you feel small, like the universe is at play without you. You know what I mean?
Rick, do you know what he means?
Howling out there, and all the neighbors were chanting and cheering, and it was just something.
Yeah, it is something. Well, thanks, Rick, for checking in. We got Anna checking in as well. She wants to be our eclipse reporter. She's going to do it, too. Is that right, Anna?
Oh, absolutely, fellas.
Okay. Well, you sound excited.
Oh, I am so pumped. Can't wait. Me and my witchy mother are going to go soak in all those moon rays and enjoy ourselves.
Okay. Have you done this before? Have you ever seen a total eclipse?
Only the total eclipse of my heart music video.
Oh, boy.
Anna, I like you. You're fine.
Thank you so much.
Got it. And where are you going exactly to see it? Are you going to Carbondale? Are you going to go to Indiana? What are you doing?
You know what? We're flying by the seat of our pants. We are going to go where the wind takes us, and we're going to go wherever we can end up, especially with this mass migration of people ending up there. We're going to see where we can squeeze in.
Huh. Okay. I like this.
Yeah. So, but you're thinking Indiana for sure. You just don't know where in Indiana.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, Monday morning, the eclipse doesn't happen until later at 12:50, but if you can call in and check in out, we'll put you on hold, and then Case will get you a T-shirt to wear when the rays hit you. You know what I mean?
Or maybe after the fact. I don't know if I can get her a T-shirt by Monday, but we can try.
Yeah, well, mail takes some time, processing.
Yeah, shipping,
shipping
costs,
and handling.
out of control. I don't understand stamps. It's a whole thing.
I believe in you guys.
Thank you.
You probably shouldn't. Anna, what do you do for a living?
I actually work in the entertainment industry, like movies, TVs, commercials. So I'm not working on Monday. So, and I have a background in news. I actually went to the Chicago Emmys 2 years in a row with my college newscast. So kind of a profesh over here if you guys are looking for one.
I like it. Our official reporter. Okay, I dig this. So hang on, we'll get you on there, and that's Anna's going to be our official storm tracker or eclipse tracker. I'm sorry, for Monday, and appreciate everybody that's going to the wonderful, blessed event. Now, coming up even sooner, way beforehand, we're talking 4 minutes and 11 seconds away. 21 Pilots tickets will launch Ticket Blitz Thursday. Free, very easy. Just text a word that we'll give you after Bush. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.